Alright, y'all. Well, we're back. As you can see, I'm not in the driver's seat. I've had a nap. Give me a second here. This camera. Anyways, sorry about that. We're back. So how it all played out, I didn't talk much. I was kind of aggravated. Didn't know what was going on in that last clip, what the problem was going to be, anything like that. I was getting derated down to 55 miles an hour, and it wasn't getting any better. I tried to look up because what happened was both my check engine lights came on, and underneath my DEF, where right above my full thing, it started blinking a yellow light. And I looked that up online, and it said that it needed a parked regen. So, and it was throwing a code for, because I have a code reader, it was throwing a code for a DPF pump, low pressure, high pressure, and what was the other one? Can't remember what the other one was. But anyways, so we were on the 76, 70, I don't know, we were going down through Tollway in West Virginia. And they started out fine. Well, we got halfway down there. I don't know if you've ever been on that tollway going southbound, but they have that really big, fancy rest area. We pulled in there and did a regen. I did a parked regen there, and thought maybe cool, we'll get back on the road. Well, we pulled out of there and still couldn't go over 55 miles an hour. So 70 miles from there was a TA, and that's where we went. Not knowing what it was going to cost, not knowing like anything about it. Like I worst case Ontario, when I pulled in there, when I first recorded that first video, I thought it was going to be, because talking to a mechanic, and I know how the DPS system is run. Before you know it, it's $4,000 or $5,000, if not more, in repairs sometimes. So I was freaking out, and we went there. They put it on the computer, and he said it's the low pressure. He said it was the DPF pump on the, I guess, the actual filter side. And I seen the codes, and it was like too high pressure, too low pressure, too high pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Like there was just line after line after line after line, like a half a page of it. And so he's like, yep, you need a new pump. So I'm like, great. I don't know how much that's going to cost. I was talking to a mechanic, like I said, and he said that he looked it up, and it was like $1,500 just for the pump. And that's, I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but it's expensive enough, you know, because you don't know what the the rate for repairs are going to be at some of these places. You know, you go to a dealership, it's expensive. You get upwards of $200 an hour in some places. But anyways, so they called the dealer that they go work through, and they called them up and asked them how much the pump was and everything else, and he told them, and it ended up, the pump, parts, everything, labor, the whole 9 yards, out the door was $1,850. So I was pretty happy with that. There is a core charge if you have to replace your pump, your DPF pump. There is a core charge on that. And they did charge us for a parts run, so that was $200. So I'm just going to go through what they charge you to do the repair, right? All right, so we got, labor was 1 hour at $96.99. That's what the TA is charging, $96.99 flat rate. Standard service labor was another $36.99. Standard service labor DPF fluid quality test, $48.99. So what he did is he replaced the pump, according to this, tested the DPF fluid. It was going good. He cleaned the doser, made sure it was spraying good, and replaced a few O-rings and stuff like that. So anyways, so let me go back. Standard service labor was $36.90. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so cleaning the DPF doser unit, they charged us $96.99 for 1 hour work doing that. I think that's just their standard rate. Servicing, standard service labor efficiency test was $36.99. He said everything was good on that. DPF fluid quality test was $48.99. Let's see what this one is. Labor only, used DPF refractor, I don't know. Tested during DPF test spray. Oh, that's when he was testing the doser to make sure it was spraying, doing all that, and making sure the pump was in or working. DPF pump running primary routing software, so when they plug it in to make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to go. Make sure everything's pumping proper parameters, stuff like that. And let's see, using the JPRO system. No idea what that is. I'm assuming that's probably the regen system, maybe. Oh no, that wasn't it. Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't. That was computer diagnostics. Okay, so that's when they plug the computer in to see. They charge $128.99 for that, and then $94.99 for forced regen. So, in total, he also replaced the knock sensor screws, Knox metal crush ring, parts run. For a parts run, they charge, I think it was $1.05 a mile or something like that. But they charged me $218 just for a parts run. $218.75 for a parts run. DPF pump was $894. That was after the core charge. I'm not sure what it was before the core charge, but I know after the core charge it was $894.36. Shop supplies, $33. So, grand total out the door. Let's see what this page says. Yeah, no, just a bunch of nonsense. Grand total out the door. Taxables, blah blah blah. Before tax, $1797.04. After tax, deposit, and what is it? Tax, deposit, and something else. I don't know. I forget. Well, up in New York, they charge you tax and deposit on cans of soda. Anyways, after taxables and all that stuff, the total cost out the door was $1848.47. So $1,850 to have all that done. Replace the diesel pump or the DEF pump, clean your knock sensor, clear all your codes, check everything to make sure everything's good. It's $1,850 right there. So, yes, I was stressed. Yes, I was nervous, because when you're the one fitting the bill for all this, you hope for the best, but you plan for the worst. So anyways, this is a 9-minute clip that I'm not going to be able to edit down very much, so I appreciate y'all being here. We have made it in Georgia? South Carolina. Throw your hands up.
On I-26.
On I-26 in South Carolina. We stopped early because we don't have to be there till Monday, so we have all day tomorrow to get closer than we are now, which we're going to go down the road some, park in Florida for the night, and then deliver first thing in the morning. So anyways, we didn't do any driving, any filming until now, so this is what it is. Come on, pup, if you want to come up here. Pup says it's hot. It's a lot nicer in West Virginia, or in Virginia at the truck stop. It's like 60 degrees there. So, anyways, we're gonna kick this off Monday morning. This is the last clip we'll have until you see us deliver on Monday. So, we'll see you then. Right? Alright, so we're getting fuel. Pump price says $3.84 or $3.84.9. I don't know, I seen something about $3.90 too, so I don't know. But anyways, $3.84.9, we're gonna top this off. Anybody else notice that diesel prices have gone up? Like over $1 gone up? Even with my discount, I was getting diesel down in Carolinas, Georgia, all these places for like $2 280, 260, somewhere in there a gallon. Now everything's up over $3.30, $3.40 that I'm getting it for. So anybody else notice that the price? I don't know, maybe it's just us. The price has gone up. I don't know. I know. Sorry about that. I know our prices have gone up. So diesel's going up. They said there was a refinery fire down there in Laredo, or not Laredo, Louisiana. And then now with this whole bombing thing going on over there in Iran, it's probably just going to go up even more because they're going to throw us into a war. So unfortunately, we're going to deal with it. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yes, dear. Clean the windshields. Good stuff. All right, well, anyways, let me finish filling up and we'll get back at you. Hey, turn off. Take my glove. All right, I know it's backwards for y'all, but 49.5 gallons, $190. We weren't that, we got 160 gallons on this truck, so we weren't low by any means. We just topping off before we get to Florida, where it goes up even more, about another 20-30 cents in Florida. So let's keep going. Y'all, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. We trying to get my water open here. It doesn't want to open. Jesus, don't make a mess. Anyways, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We got to get to getting. So let's get down to this CVS pharmacy and kick this thing off. Well, here we are. CVS pharmacy parking lot. Fixing to drop off here. Well, there it is, 6 pallets. All right, y'all. Well, I didn't record us unloading because we're trying to get it done as quick as possible before it got too hot. So we were out of there within 30 minutes. We just delivered, I don't even know what it was. It's something to refit a CVS pharmacy is what it was. So we dropped that off. It was 6 skids. I unloaded 4.
Yeah.
and then they had to hand unload too. So
Because they were long skids.
because they were long enough, too long for me to pull off with a pallet jack. But we're at the Love's truck stop, and I don't even know. Fort Pierce, maybe. We got to go 100 miles to go pick up our next load. It's 3 stops. It's going to Dallas. So
3 pickups.
yeah, 3 pickups plus the 4th is going to be Dallas. So appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for stopping back. Remember, be good to one another and live to expedite another day. Doggo says goodbye. We'll see you on the next one. Right, pup?